Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck Picture Book and Educational System. And we have been talking about how we can have a healthy self concept. And one of the ways that this conversation has evolved into this particular direction, but one of the ways is by thinking for oneself. And so I've been talking about Z. Hereford's article for the past couple of days because she hit on some of the points that I thought were, well, reflected my thought process too. And so we're going to go over a couple of things. Last time we talked about just thinking for yourself and how important that was. And her first point was to develop a strong sense of self. And that is a lifetime type of activity because we constantly change. And what we thought may have defined us at one point in our life may shift. And, that's a natural occurrence and it's healthy. But we remain true to our core beliefs and our core self. And one of the ways also that she lists is to stay or become well informed. This helps us to avoid groupthink because a lot of times we turn to our friends, well, what do you think about this? And they may not be any more informed than we are. So this is why Miss Hereford has suggested become well informed. And so, I know we are bombarded by so much information day in and day out that from the time we wake up until the time we go to bed, we just feel like we've been gone or sent through a ringer or something. But the worst part about it, I find, is that we feel as though we don't have time to look up information or to become well informed on whatever topic. So she's given a couple of suggestions, and I've added my own to the list. First, in the morning, I suggest that we find some time alone. That could be meditating over your cup of coffee in the morning, cup of tea, just finding a quiet place to sit and reflect and think about all of the things that you are thankful for, and maybe reflect on what you can do for someone else that day, or reflect on what is the key thing that you would like to accomplish that day. All of those things are fine because it takes us out of um, the world of what's happening around us, and it brings it back home to who we are. And it's like having that sense of self. Um, and another writer suggests that we don't look at the news first thing in the morning. And I said, that is a great idea because that's what I used to do. And I have kind of weaned myself away from doing that. And it really sets off my day. I feel, that much fresher and better and less stimulated. The second thing, Miss Hereford actually suggests that in order to think for ourselves, becoming well informed means that we have to gather information from a variety of sources. And that will give us the information that we need to draw a conclusion. And, we've done this. Some of us have been in high school, college, writing papers, and you have to give your points before you draw your conclusion at the end of the paper. Well, that's what we're doing. We're actually looking into how to tease out the information on this topic that we may not have much knowledge upon, but by researching, there are ways of finding out what's true and what's actual. And there are a variety of news sources, not just one channel over another, but look at a number of them. Social media channels, there are so many that are popping up every day. Print sources, which means sometimes going to the library, which I still enjoy doing, will help us to refine the position that we're finding ourselves, that we feel inclined to hold. Now, reading, like I said, is one of the best skills to focus upon, and it actually is helping us build our mental capacity. So after we've read, we reflect, we might even jot some notes down to see, how this thought process is developing. Plus, when we do this, we're actually becoming a role model for our children and our students, to do the same, because children have a natural curiosity. And I've witnessed, in giving my students a challenge to research and to look into, how much joy they get when they find an answer. So, it's like it's reinforcing itself, and it gives their brains mental stimulation as well as ours. And then the last point that I thought of, just as I was finishing writing this little vlog, was as we go to bed, we should reflect on what we've learned, because that way it kind of reinforces the process. And also to be grateful that we were able to think things through. It's a challenge to have problems or situations come up to us that we have no knowledge about, or we're not as informed as we'd like to be. But to be able to think through the process is a blessing. And I think that if we go to bed thinking about how great it is that we've been able to tackle that challenge, it gives us something to kind of ease our nerves as we go to sleep at night. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll pick up our conversation tomorrow. Please subscribe, please share. Bye-bye.